Hello, everybody. It's Daniel here, and welcome to Emotional English Podcast, the podcast where you learn an English language effortlessly, emotionally, fulfilled with energy, and of course, positively. Welcome, everybody. Another day, another chance to learn English. So, we're finally back from China, and this is the time to come back. I'm so sorry. We're kind of late, and I think I've skipped a couple weeks of the podcast production, but from now on, I want to promise you guys that I will be more stable, and no matter the long pause, from now on, I will do more and more content every single week. And, my goal is to produce 2 episodes every week. And we have some news here. First of all, we are making not only the audio version of our podcast, now we have the video version as well. And you will have a chance to watch this podcast episode with video on YouTube. And on Mave as well. Another new is that, as you know, we've started our podcast in China, right? So it's kind of good. And one more sponsor message from myself, myself, and my own, right? So that's, I have a couple free spots for private lessons. So if you want to learn English with me, and if you want to use conversational idea, right, of learning the language. So you can go to my website, danilabondarenko.ru, and sign up for a tryout lesson. So if you want to do it as soon as possible because I have some limited slots. And if you want to study, let me know. So, but today I want to show you the beautiful topic of vocabulary practice. And today we are going to the cinema. We're going to the movie theater, how would official people who say, right? And in the movie theater, we need a specific vocabulary that we use with people in general, right? And first of all, I will explain you 10 beautiful phrases in English, and we will try to see some situations where we can use these phrases, and then I will ask you several reflective questions. So if you don't know what is a reflective question, is the question that you answering from yourself, right? So it's like the answer from inner world, right? So you're providing the answer about your life and your experience. I will help you with that. So I will ask you the question, and then I will answer from my perspective, right? So you will learn a little bit more about myself, and you will have a chance to answer your option, right? I can't hear it, but at least you have a chance to practice. So let's start from the revision. Today, we're just speaking about the vocabulary, and we discuss the more contextual area, right, of the movie theater. And let's begin. Let's start from the first one. The first word what I want to discuss with you guys is the word behind the scene. Behind the scene or behind the scenes is a pretty popular phrase when something is hidden from your eyes, right? So, for example, you're watching a video on YouTube, and this video is about dinosaurs, right? Let's imagine. There is some information behind the scenes, right? Something is not showed to you, right? There are some secrets, right? And people, they don't see you on the screen, what's really happening, right? And behind the scenes, many things can happen, right? For example, people can have bad mood, and they're not showing you the real mood. They don't show you what's really happening with them. They show you only the positive moments, right, of the video. And that's why behind the scenes, it's something that is never shown to you, right? That's a beautiful part. If I would ask you a question about behind the scenes, maybe I would ask you this question. Would you like to work behind the scenes on a big movie, or would you rather be the famous actor? So this is like a secretive role or open role, right? So when you are behind the scenes, nobody see you, right? So for example, director of the movie, he works behind the scenes. But let's say the star, right? The star works, the actor works in front of the camera. So people see the actor. So that's the example of behind the scenes, right? I hope you got this. So I prefer to work on the screen, right? So I want to be on the screen. I want to be on the video or on audio, right? So because you can hear me, you can see me, right? So everything what's going on with me, you see it on the screen or on the audio. But, behind the scenes, I have my scripts. For example, sometimes I'm looking at the screen and I'm checking, what do I need to say, right? So that's like a little script for myself. And I'm doing this behind the scenes. So you cannot see how I'm producing this information, right? How I'm, creating this type of information, right, for myself. And I'm using the app. It's called Obsidian. So if I have some notes, I use Obsidian and I write down like a little document about my podcast episode there. So that's behind the scenes. Let's go to the second, sell out. So if you're going to the movie, sometimes the tickets are sold out. What does it mean? It means that you're trying to buy the ticket, but it's not available. It's sold out, right? And I can give you another good example. You arrive at the cinema on Friday, and let's imagine it is the Friday night, right? For the new Batman movie. Are you a fan of the Batman? I guess. But the worker says, sorry, no more tickets. So if they have no more tickets, it means they are sold out, right? Maybe you want to watch the next Marvel movie, right? And they say, sorry, guys, this is the very popular date, so we are sold out, right? Or you want to buy a new iPhone, right? Sorry, we're sold out. Pretty clear, right? Pretty simple situation here. And I will ask you a reflective question here right away. When a movie sells out, it means every single seat is taken, right? There are 0 tickets left, right? And what was the last movie you saw that was so popular and it started to sell out every night? For example, we watched the third Avatar recently. It was a pretty good movie, but pretty long. And the tickets were not sold out, right? Because we were watching this pretty late. But when the movie just released, right? Generally, the movie is sold out. I mean, all the tickets are sold out, right? Because many people want to watch it. So, and seats are not available anymore. So that's the point. So what was the last movie you saw that was kind of sold out the first day? I have no examples because that was the first time this year when I visited the cinema with my girlfriend, right? With my fiance now. Let's jump to the next beautiful phrase, and the phrase is a cliffhanger. A cliffhanger. Have you heard of this word? What is a cliffhanger? It's a pretty beautiful word. If you imagine that the hero is hanging from a building, right? You know what it means? Like imagine big skyscraper, right? And then the guy, he's hanging from a building. The villain is laughing there like, ha ha ha, now you will die, yep. And suddenly the movie ends, boom. And you never know what's going to happen next, right? So this is the cliffhanger. When the movie is kind of drawing your attention and then boom, you don't know the answer. You don't know how things going to work, right? That's a cliffhanger, classic cliffhanger. Where you can see a cliffhanger pretty often, I think you can see it in the series, right? So, for example, you're watching the Game of Thrones, or, for example, Fallout, right? What I like to watch now, but I have no time. So, and you want to know what's going to happen next, right? So, for example, in anime, so when you're watching an anime, some of the episodes are so, attractive, right? So you want to watch them all. So, and they finish the episode with a cliffhanger because it stimulates you, a cliffhanger stimulates you to watch the next episode and then the next episode and the next episode, right? So that's how it works. So cliffhangers are pretty popular to draw your attention and to stimulate you to watch the next episode. My question is pretty simple. Do you love it when a movie ends with a cliffhanger, or you don't like it, right? So do you like it, or you feel frustrated when the movie ends this way? For example, I don't like cliffhangers when the movie kind of, if you remember the Harry Potter movie, they divided the film in two parts, right? And in the middle, you want to know the answer, but you can't because the movie has been divided, right? And this is a bummer. This is very sad. Cliffhangers stimulates you to watch the movie, but sometimes the movie is not available and you need to wait another year to watch the next one, right? And this is a bummer. Okay, so let's go to number 4, the word plot twist. Plot twist. Have you heard of the plot twist? Maybe you know the word plot, right? Every movie has a plot, right? Like a storyline, right? You call it a plot, right? But plot twist is something that is happening when you don't expect something, right? Let's imagine you think of a main character, right? And this main character is a good guy, but in the middle of the movie, you discover that this guy is not good. He is bad, right? So, and your brain shocks, right? It shocks your brain for sure. Yeah. So the plot twist is a total surprise for you, right? You never know that it happens like this, right? And there are many twists, in different movies, right? Let me think of Marvel, for example, right? So you remember the Marvel Avengers, right? And there was a plot twist that Iron Man decided to go to the past, and he kind of sacrificed himself, right, to let other people live, right? That was a plot twist. You thought that Iron Man. You thought that the Captain America had died, but nope. So Iron Man got back in time, and then he changed the future, right? So that was a good plot twist. Unfortunately, not for Iron Man lovers. But it was a good sacrifice move, right, from Tony Stark. Anyway, you got the point of plot twist. I would ask you one question here. Can you remember a movie with a plot twist that totally shocked you? Right? And let's not count the Avengers, right? Maybe something else. I don't know. Maybe it could be The Housemaid, what I've watched recently with my fiance. So that was crazy. So the woman there, I don't want to spoil anything. Just watch the movie. It's crazy. But you will be shocked. There are many plot twists there. Okay? And as we finish the 4th word, I just want to give you some statements about Emotional English Project. If you want to learn English even deeper, we have an Emotional English Club community. If you like this podcast, please like this podcast on the platform you are listening it right now. If you're watching this video, perfect, just like it. It helps a lot to us. So your likes promotes the content we're creating for people who want to learn English. So please do this to help us, right, to do so. And if you want to participate our Emotional English Club, just go to our community group or write me a message. Sign up on the website danilobondarenko.ru. One visit is always 1,000 rubles, right? So if you want to participate, every Sunday we meet at 12 p.m. So just send me your message if you want to participate. If you are an intermediate level speaker, so you can join anytime. Every Sunday we start at 12 p.m. and we work until 2 p.m. Right? So thank you for your attention. Let's continue next. The next word is the word indie. There are many beautiful films, right? And some of the films are blockbusters, right? They make a lot of money and they need a lot of money to produce, right? To be made. But some movies, it's an indie movie. Indie movie is something low budget, right? And it's, I remember this word from gaming industry. So there are beautiful games like GTA, like Grand Theft Auto or Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls series, right? But there is an indie project that is small, for example, Vampire Survivals, right? I think if that's the name. Movie has the same thing. So if the director is not popular, if they have no stars, right, in the cast, it's probably an indie project. And there are many short movies, right, that are kind of indie, right? That's pretty popular. And let me ask you a reflective question here about indie movie, right? So do you prefer big, loud movies like blockbusters or small, deep indie films? What do you think, guys? As for me, I like blockbusters. I like popular franchises, right? That's what I like. For example, the Pirates of the Caribbean, the Harry Potter, right? And I'm really waiting for the next Harry Potter movie that is coming very soon here. I think next year. So we will wait for one more year. And that's what I really like. So blockbusters, good budgets, good actors makes your time more entertaining. So let's go to the next word, shall we? So the next one is bring along. Bring along, right? So when you bringing along, you are taking someone with you, right? For example, you can bring along your friends, right? Or maybe you like to bring along with you, like your mom or dad, right? If you're a kid. You can bring along your girlfriend with you, right? So you take someone with you, right? On the event or on a movie, what you really want. And let's imagine you're going to see the comedy, right? And you decide to call your brother and you asking him to come to the theater with you. So you're bringing him alone with you, right? So that's kind of good phrase. Pretty popular. You can use it all over. And my question here is pretty simple. Who is the first person you always want to bring along when you go to the cinema? So whom you bring along? I'm thinking of my fiance. So because we live together, so I love her, so I bring her along with me, right? That's the thing. Reflective question for you. So whom you bring along? Let me know. And if you're listening this podcast on Telegram, just go there and share your answer in the comment section to the podcast announcement. Let's go to next word. Final credits. Final credits. Pretty popular phrase, by the way. Final credits are pretty popular because you see them in the end of the movie, right? You call them final credits. Oopsie doopsie. I think somebody start to drill here. So sorry, guys. If you hear the weird sound, it's probably my neighbors who are loving me so much that they drill a lot. So sorry for that. Anyway, final credits. Final credits is the final names and everyone who worked on the movie. And it happens in the end, right? In the very end. So, and I think nothing to comment here. Do you leave as soon as possible when the movie ends, or do you stay and watch the final credits? And I would divide our perspective here, because some movies you shouldn't watch until the end of the final credits. But Marvel movies are pretty good, pretty decent to watch until the end, because they show you a little spoiler, right, for the next movie, right? And everyone is just waiting the final credits to be done to see this little piece of the movie, right? It's like a little spoiler for the future. Yeah, and that's a thing. That's a trick. What they use to let you wait in the cinema and finish watching until the end. So, do you leave as soon as possible, or do you stay until the end of the final credits? That's a good question. Next word is front row, right? There are many rows there. And, what is a raw in general? Maybe you know the answer. The raws is the big line of seats, right? And you have many rows in the movie theater. For example, 15 rows, right? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And every row goes a little bit higher than the previous one, right? So The first raw is the closest to the screen, and I dislike to watch the film on the first raw. The good thing, you see the screen very closely to your eyes, but your head is always kind of up, and sometimes it's not comfortable to watch the movie like this. You can see all details, but now, because of the projection, the quality of the picture is not always very good, right? In the old movie theaters, you can see a very vivid picture there, right? Very clear picture. You need to wait and you need to watch it step by step, I would say. And maybe you need another raw, right? If you pick, I like the middle, all right? So it's about raw number 7, let's imagine. So, and in the middle, you watch the movie, you see the picture vividly, clearly, and nothing else disturbs you, right? So that's beautiful to sit on the in the middle, right? And this is the raw number 7, something like this. My question to you about the front raw, if the theater is full, let's imagine you have a blockbuster just starting up, right? The theater is full. Would you sit in the front raw, or would you go home and wait for another day, right? Because the first raw is unpopular seats, right? It's the raw that is unpopular. Nobody likes to sit there. For me, I will wait. I will wait for better seats. I don't want to go there and to watch the film in a discomfort. I like to watch it comfortably, right? With a comfort. That's a front raw. Next word, what we want to discuss is the word protagonist, right? We have 2 words here about the movies, protagonist and antagonist, right? So protagonist is the person who is the main hero of the story, right? So if you watch a Harry Potter movie, so who is the protagonist of this movie? Of course, it's Harry Potter, right? He's the main hero. He's the heart of the movie, right? But who is the antagonist of Harry Potter? You can say Draco Malfoy, right? But I guess not. He's just a sub-character, I guess. So antagonist of Harry Potter is Voldemort, right? So he is the antagonist, right? Protagonist, antagonist, right? So the 2 creatures in the movie. And, it's like you have Batman and Joker, right? Joker is antagonist and Batman is protagonist, right? He's like the main hero. And the main villain is Joker, for example, in Batman movie. So my question to you about protagonist, if you were a protagonist in an action movie, what would your special power be, right? What would your special power be? I want to have a special power of teleportation. I don't know about you guys, but for me, teleportation is number 1 thing I really want to have. So you don't need to buy tickets on the plane. You just teleport wherever you want to go. You don't need a visa because you can go wherever you want. For example, today I want to go to New York, boom, TP, and I'm there. So, and then TP back to your home. So it's perfect. You don't waste time in the traffic jam because you know the exact location and you use the specific numbers, like orientation diagram or something, or map where you want to go. Perfect. TP is the best. And the final word, what I wanted to show you today, guys, is the word climax. Climax. And it's not the women climax, guys. It's the climax of the movie. In the end of the movie, the music is very loud, right? And the hero is the villain and having their final massive battle, right? The hero and the villain, they are fighting between each other. That's the climax. It's the final action of the movie when you understand the plot fully, right? And that's the climax of the movie. The climax is the most exciting moment in the movie, right? It's important part of the story. It's a big moment. It's a booming moment, right? What you very like, right? And my question about the climaxing or climax in the movie, during the climax of a scary movie, do you cover your eyes or do you watch every second? If we discuss the scary movies, I think I would close my eyes, or I will cover my eyes. I will make them closed, because climax in this kind of movie stressing you out so much. So I don't want to feel discomfort. I like to feel good. And so if I like the movie, I watch the climax without closing my eyes. But if it's a scary movie and I know something bad would happen, the screamer or something else, I would try to look somewhere else, right? So that's my point. Yeah, so that's the thing. All right, so we've covered 10 beautiful vocab parts today, guys. And now I just want to revise all of them step by step. Do you remember what does it mean when something happening behind the scenes? Exactly. When something happens behind the scenes, you can't see it, because it's not showed you in the video, right? But behind the scenes, something could happen. Maybe the trip of the hero, of the protagonist. You can't see how the hero is going somewhere. Probably it stays behind the scenes, right? And you see the final location when where the protagonist had arrived, right? Selling out. So sometimes the tickets are sold out. Is it good or bad? Absolutely bad, because you cannot go to the movie theater without the ticket, right? So because it's sold out, that's a bummer. The next one is a cliffhanger. So if you see a cliffhanger in a movie, do you like it or you dislike it? Probably it's a bad thing, right? So you dislike a cliffhanger because you really want to watch what's next going, right? It's not the end of the story. They just show you the little piece of the story, right? The next question to you, what is a plot twist? When the plot twist happens, do you like the plot twist, or you want to see the plot and observe the story, without unexpected actions, right? So, plot twists are good for people who like new energy, new information without expectancy, right? And what do you think? What is the place where you can get the content of Emotional English almost every day? You're right. It's our Telegram channel. So if you're not there yet, just go to our Telegram channel, look for Emotional English there, join and look for our beautiful content. So very soon we will post a story about the nails studio from China. So if you're a girl, probably you would love this content. You will check how my girlfriend, had done her nails. It was beautiful. Check it out. What is indie, guys? If you have a blockbuster, an indie movie, what is the difference? And you are absolutely right. Indie movie is a low budget movie. So it's something small, something not very rich, if we talk about budgets, right? Do you like to bring someone along with you? Probably you like, right? Because it's more interesting to watch the movie with someone. So it's better to bring someone along because you will feel much better. And talking of final credits, some of you like to watch until the end. If I see the movie and it's not a Marvel movie, I never watch the final credits. What about you? Do you like to pick the front raw, the middle, or the end? So which one is the best for you? The back raw, front raw, or the middle raw? So which do you like? What is the preference for you? For me, it's the middle one, right? And who is protagonist and who is antagonist, right? What is the difference between these characters? Protagonist is the character who is the main hero, and antagonist, he is going against the protagonist, right? So he's a villain. Antagonist is a villain. Protagonist is a main hero, good person. And what do you have in the end of the movie, guys? What do you see there? So when the music is loud, the final action of the plot, that's a climax. That's the final moments, final beauty of the movie, when you understand the plot fully and it's beautifully, it's with special effects probably, or something is happening there. It's a climax. And you were very welcome to listen all of that, what we had discussed today. Now you know a little bit more about movie theater and about specific vocabulary, so related to the context of movie theaters and cinema. I hope you'd love it. And now I hope you would use these new words in your daily speech. And as I said earlier, if you want to learn English more effectively, don't forget to do this regularly every single day. Listen to this podcast or have your English lesson with me if you want. And then just join communication clubs with Emotional English as well. So that's a good opportunity to improve your language even deeper. And don't worry about mistakes, because mistakes, it's a normal part of the language. You cannot speak flawlessly without mistakes. Okay, if you're a nerd, you can, but I'm not a nerd. I always make mistakes when I speak, but it's enough for general communication with people, and you will cover all your needs, what the language gives you. What the world is looking from you, right? You will cover all of this with just survival English. And let's stay in touch, and I'll see you very soon. We will produce another episode very soon. Just subscribe to this podcast and you will see the next episode. And I hug you all. I kiss you all, guys, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care and have an amazing, a beautiful day. Bye-bye.